I heard this quote from this guy who heard this quote from this guy. You'll spend the first parts of your years being taken care of, and in the other part of your life where you take care. It's a time for independence. It's a time for independence, and I feel it strongly. It's a time to life and to do it authentically. And at first, it seems innocent, and you realize, boom, before you know it, you're at that stage where it's time for you to take care. You realize, like, dang, time flies by. Time stops for no one. And I want to talk about that because this new trajectory, as I spoke on, is going to shake things up. I realized I came real close to being intimidated into going back. Be firm, and then when you say that you're not going back, stay firm. And when you say, I'm not going back to that eating habit, I'm not going back to that job, I'm not going back to arguing and reacting, I was almost made to feel guilty. There's going to be plenty more of that. That new trajectory of yours, not everybody is going to be in agreement with it. Everybody may not be able to flow that way. People are not going to want to do the work. They might not be there, but you're there, and you are there for a reason. You're there because a higher power knows that you've done the work and you've been granted elevation. There's going to be plenty more guilt trips or dynamics where I'm being made to feel like a prisoner of my past, or I have my past thrown in my face. But I just want to infuse love into the situation because I've been there before, and I understand the way that takes you back. I understand how your response can set you back, how being reactive can set you back, how not recognizing patterns can set you back. I've installed new hardware, new software. I've gotten rid of my old programmings, and I'm following my joy. Wherever the joy is, I'm there. Wherever the faith is, I'm there. Wherever the truth is, I'm there. Wherever the fun is, I'm there. Wherever the bills are not, I'm there. I set the intention for a soft and gentle life. I'm coming from that environment where you work so hard, you neglect your body, you neglect your mind, you neglect your spirit, you miss birthdays, you miss holidays, you miss family reunions, you miss personal time, you miss family time. I'm more acquainted with the people at work than I am with my family. And that didn't sit well with me. You know what? They took my time, and they took so much of it. It really hit. It hits different. But you know what? I decided to take my power back. And my power is my time. My power is my energy. My power is my attention. Why do you think they want so much of it? When I sat back, and finally sat still and decided to be open to seeing the things in which I did not see before, I realized I'm a stranger in my own home. Yeah, something has to change. I'm being a cooperative component to my journey. When I realized, like, wow, you almost guilted me into, it made me question too. It was so juicy. I promise you, it was so juicy. I was like, wow, do I want to go back? It's going to be a lot of those, ain't it? Stand your ground. Stand firm in your decision. It's going to make everybody and their mama uncomfortable, but are you responsible for everybody and their mama? Or are you responsible for self? You know how they say, you can't love anyone until you can truly, authentically love yourself. I cannot pour into your cup until mine is overflowing. And I'm worth it. I no longer wish to be deprived or neglected by myself, from myself. I will always be enshrined in this vessel. I gotta take care of it. So stand firm in your decision. The past may look tempting, sure. Old habits may pop up, sure. Messages from people you ain't talked to, outings and invitations, but stand firm in your decision. You're in the in-between. You're in the early stages of that new reality. So the past is probably often gonna look tempting. It's often gonna be tempting. Because it's the familiar. It's safe, or it once was, or at least you know what's happening, even if it's chaotic. At least you know what's going to happen. At least you know how it's going to turn out. At least you know how folks are going to respond and who's going to work at what time. At least you know how to navigate through that reality. Sure, but we talked about honoring ourselves, and honor yourself and standing firm in your decision to move forward. Regardless of what time of the year it is, it's your time. And for you to keep moving forward, for you to keep making conscious decision after conscious decision, and before you know it, you're reaping the benefits of your new reality. Your reality is created by your energy to create it. So where your energy goes, your attention flows, and you're creating. Stand firm in your decision to move forward, and boom, you're living your trajectory. You're carving your path. You're blazing your trail.